block better. You know,
Did you block better? Is that
there
what
were
happened Saturday?
times, there were times where we did a nice job, and then there was a couple other instances where whether it was a missed call, miscommunication, not seeing the right gap, and you got to give TCU their credit. They did a nice job mixing up some looks, giving us some looks that we didn't see prior to the game. So, a combination of those things.
How did Garmin play after you studied?
Not so well. There's a lot of room to improve, and it starts next week in practice. This week in practice, excuse me.
West Virginia's a team. Oklahoma ran all over them. Baylor did not. What's their status as a run defense?
There's some schemes going on as far as game to game. They're not the same defense every week. They mix up their looks. Obviously, you're facing different offenses, so that probably plays into it. So they loaded the box pretty good, and it seemed to me that their whole goal was to take away the run in that particular ball game, and also put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
You did a good job describing it. It goes as a 3-3-5, but really it's a multiple odd stack. I mean, they don't necessarily stick with a 3-3-5 concept.
No, there's people flying all around. There's a lot of bullets going on. They're coming from all directions. So, they do a good job of mixing up their looks, disguising, and playing very aggressive.
When you have a defense like that, sometimes it becomes, rather than a chess game, sometimes almost a guessing game where they're going to come from. And if you guess right, you can really penalize them. If they guess right, they really penalize you, or am I wrong on that?
No, I agree with that totally. Sometimes they're going to call a good play, and they're going to blitz right into your point of attack. You got to be careful to make sure that you're trying to plan to decrease the risk, But there's always that factor that plays into it because they're unpredictable, one, and they're willing to blitz from all different looks and angles. So you got to just make sure that you're taking calculated risks and playing the percentages.
Your struggles in protecting the quarterback this year, do you just expect to see the blitz every week now?
I would say so, for sure. That's the first thing we look at as game plan is how can we protect the quarterback, what are their most common blitzes, how can we run the ball, because being able to run the ball is going to effectively help your pass protection, with play action pass and kind of keep them at bay with a good run game. So those are primary when it comes to game planning.